last thing you want is a duel that takes forever to learn. But once I mostly learned how to do that part, I thought it was time to start playing from zero. Alright, let's just play from zero and see what happens. Honestly, because I practiced each part individually, so like, maybe, hypothetically, I could get some good runs. Let's do this. And shortly after, I got to 18%, where I immediately died to the first asymmetrical duel. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even click. Why'd I die? Alright, well, we got to the asymmetrical duel from zero. 18%, not bad, shot, not bad. But don't worry. Literally 1 minute later, I got through that entire duel. And died immediately after. 24%! We got through the asymmetrical duel. That's like literally the hardest part. So the fact we did that already is a pretty good sign. Let's just keep playing from zero, actually. Imagine I get like a crazy fluke. Maybe this was just a case of beginner's luck, but I was truly impressed with myself by how fast I was making progress. Getting the entire last half of the level down to 1 run and passing the hardest part from zero in just 1 hour is wild for an extreme demon. And to be fair, this level's not as hard as other levels I beat in like Sakupen Hell and Bloodbath, but it's still an extreme demon. My luck would continue over the next 2 hours where I slowly got higher and higher records, eventually landing a nice new best of 46%. Which contained both of the asymmetrical duels. 46%, I'll take it. That was a new best though, I'll take that, 46%. We could do better though. And remember that whole beat 'em backwards strategy that I mentioned earlier? Well, now was my time to finally prove that was a valid strategy. Considering I already had the second half of the level completed in 1 run, I was hoping I'd have a good chance at fluking the level. And fluke it I did. 2.5 hours into the stream, I finally got past my previous best of 46%. And then I just kept going. I didn't die to Zobros' part, I made it through Fendexi and Crack's parts. I even got past Lugia and Majako's parts without dying. Now it was time for Cyclic. Could I make it through the wave gaps without choking? It appears I did, and the rest of the level is easy. Now just to... No! 90? I would have beat it! I would have beat it! Oh my god. 90%. On the very first day of the challenge, I got a 90% fail on an extreme demon. What a way to start things off. I was hoping to start this challenge off on a high note, proving that I'm a really capable player who could slay these extreme demons like nothing. But no, of course not, because I'm a player with no nerve control, and I have to die past 90% on everything I play. I got past all the hard stuff, and I died at that. Oh! My nerve control problem is definitely something I'm going to want to address later on in this challenge, but for now, I'm just going to introduce this counter that'll count every time I die past 90% on an extreme demon. Feel free to make a prediction of what you think this counter will be at by the end of the video, because this is far from the last time you'll be seeing, what should I name him? Let's name him Patrick. That counter's name is now Patrick. Day 1 ended pretty badly, but oh well. Tomorrow is another day. Surely day 2 would be better. Gotta be honest, day 2 wasn't going great. Remember before when I said that just spamming and praying wasn't a very reliable strategy? Well, that really came into fruition every time I got to the 30% duel from Zero. Dude, oh my... Ah! I hate that duel! That duel sucks! Why would you make gameplay like that? Like, who made this part? But finally, I did get past that wretched duel. And I kept going, gosh darn it. Finally, after hours of bad luck, I got 89%. Alright, so now I've had 2 deaths in the final part of the level. Surely wouldn't happen a 3rd time. No! But thankfully, my bad luck would now come to an end. Literally 5 minutes later, this happened. Bro, why does my eye feel weird? Yes! We beat the ultimate phase! Day 1. Wait, no, day 3, I'm sorry, but Extreme Demon number 1. Yo, we beat it! Yo!
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you'll get your first month free when you join today. Sign up for just $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get...
With the ultimate phase out of the way, it was now time to start my next Extreme Demon. Red World by Sari. This is one of the oldest Extreme Demons in the game, featuring some of the hardest ship gameplay ever created for its time, and being credited with the invention of the Swing Copter, a custom game mode made out of a dual ball paired with blue orbs, which actually made its way into the game 10 years later as the Swing game mode, which we all know and kind of love. Back in 2014, Geometry Dash gameplay was still relatively simple, so playing this now you'll find that the level is very straightforward. You have some ball gameplay, tight ship gameplay, a custom swing copter mode, more ship gameplay, more swing copter, and then finally, more ship gameplay. Except for some reason in the last 5% of the level, it randomly becomes 10 times harder than the rest of the level. So like I keep saying, this ship is evil. It's like the weirdest, most awkward ship part I've ever done in my life. So for this level, it was even more important that I practice it backwards, because the last half of the level is way harder than the first half. Originally, I thought this level was just poorly balanced, but looking back, I think it's actually intentional. The level starts off with a pretty easy ship part, and an easy introduction to the brand new Swing Copter custom game mode they made. And as the level goes on, both the ship parts and swing parts become progressively harder, until you get to the final 15%, which truly puts your new skills to the test with the hardest swing part yet, followed by the extremely hard ship as the finale. That actually totally makes sense from a game design standpoint. I mean, it starts off easy and then it gets progressively harder, just like any video game ever. I am sorry I ever doubted you, Red World. Anyways, I wasn't having the best luck with getting runs in the later half of the level, but after practicing each part individually, I decided to start playing from zero just for fun. And I pretty much immediately got a 40% run. Okay, we got 40. We got 40. I hit one of the blue orbs, and you are not supposed to hit the blue orbs, but I somehow survived. That was actually kind of crazy. But hey, 40%. We did it. Followed by a 60% run soon after. 60? Okay. What? Okay. Again, the second half of this level is way harder, so don't be deceived. But wait, 60% is kind of crazy. How long have I been streaming? It was at that point where I really knew that the last half of the level is what I needed to focus on from here on out. So I got to work, trying my hardest to get a 57 to 100% run, which would mean I had the level down to 2 runs. Not gonna lie, it took me over 2 hours to fully understand the swing parts, because that was a game mode I was just not used to. Even the tight ship parts gave me some issues, namely the last 5% of course. I got 57 to 98% runs so many times before I finally got the 57 to 100% run I'd been striving for. Now that I finally got the level down to 2 runs, I decided to start playing from zero again. My next record would be an amazing 79%, where I actually died to a bug. It turns out that the creator decided to put a cube portal about 1 step before the ball portal for literally no reason. And usually this doesn't matter since you'll become a cube for a split second and then hit the ball portal right after. But if you're really unlucky, there is a small chance that you'll hit the ball portal first and then become a cube after, which completely ruins the swing copter part. I seriously can't think of one reason why this cube portal has to be here. And then, I can't even make this up, I died to another bug, this time at 85%. I'm gonna play this clip and I want you to listen to my clicks very closely. I clicked, why did it not go up? I literally clicked the ball and it didn't go up. You heard that click, right? I've watched this clip back so many times and I still have no idea what happened. Once again, just a case of bad luck, I guess. To be fair, considering it was my first day playing Red World, I was really happy with my progress. I was also really enjoying the experience of playing one of the first Extreme Demons ever created. It's amazing what this level eventually inspired later down the line in the history of Geometry Dash. This level is so old that you couldn't even use custom songs yet. You could only use the main level songs that were available. And at the time, Clubstep was one of the final levels and the only official demon. I expected this level to take a little bit longer than the ultimate phase, since I felt like the last half was genuinely really difficult for me. Especially the final swing copter and ship part, which I was really scared for. Honestly, even though my personal best was 85% right now, if I were to somehow pass that final ship without dying and beat the level, I would honestly consider that a fluke. Having the final couple seconds of gameplay be exponentially harder than the rest of the level is evil work. And knowing me, with my terrible luck and bad nerve control, it would be a miracle if I could beat it today. Hey, why is this clip still going? What? I didn't think I was gonna beat it. What? I beat Red World. Oh, Red World. It's true.
Yay!
On day 5, I knew I wanted to play a level that is very special to me, and after beating Red Worlds in one day, what? I wanted to try something much harder. It would be an extreme demon created by perhaps my favorite creator in the game, Carmel, formerly known as Crazy Man 50. Carmel was one of the most legendary and creative people to ever touch the Geometry Dash editor. All of his levels featured unique themes and even more unique gameplay that you just didn't see in the early days of Geometry Dash. Looking at his levels now, you can see that the art is definitely aged, and much more visually impressive levels have come out since then, but playing during Carmel's prime was really just something special. You could tell that he was ahead of his time as a creator, and everybody was always looking forward to the next Carmel level. I vividly remember watching all of his levels on my iPad when I was a little kid, at least once a week, but unfortunately pretty much all of his levels were extreme demons, which little old me was not capable of. But now, I am a different man. I've slayed 2 extreme demons in 4 days, and I am now ready to experience his levels as they are meant to be experienced. And I would start with one of my favorite levels of all time. This level featured some of the most unique gameplay ever made in 2017, which many find awkward and unfun, while others love it. I guess we were going to see what I thought soon. If there's one thing I think we can all agree on, it's that this part is iconic. This level absolutely nails it with the music sync. All of the gameplay connects to the song so perfectly. But once I got to the end of my initial practice run, I remembered one small hiccup that this level has. Oh, all right, not good. 99%. This final orb timing has claimed the lives of dozens of players. Now, I was doing pretty good with it at first, but the only time this click actually matters is when we were playing from 0. I did not want to see new best 99% at any point during this challenge. So chat, what do you think are the odds that I die at 99% in this level? I actually made progress on the second half of the level really fast, which I was happy about. Hey, there we go, 69 to 100, that easy. That wasn't bad. Wait a minute, that was not bad at all. That is 40% of the level, not bad. This gave me a false sense of security though, because as I would soon find out, the first half is significantly harder. It features ball timings that challenge Bloodbath, some of the most confusing cube parts of all time, and finally, the most fun UFO gameplay I've ever played. Doesn't mean it's easy though, don't get me wrong. While I easily got 46 to 100% on Heartbeat, okay, not bad. Yeah, that was 46 to 100. I could barely make any good progress in the first half. Even the first cube was giving me issues because these jumps are all way harder than they look, on top of being nearly invisible. I grinded for 3.5 hours and I only got one decent run from 0. What? Why did the top ball go down? Can somebody clip that? I need to see that. Considering this is the hardest extreme demon I've played so far in this challenge, I say I did pretty good for my first day of practice. On day 6, I just kept grinding from 0, trying to get consistent at all the spam and timing in the cube parts, and actually got some pretty decent runs. I got 40%, 43%, and finally 65%. What? Dang it, I literally could have got farther. 65 though, 65, whatever. Which meant I had the level down to 2 runs. I couldn't close the gap that day though, so I just decided to take a break and wait for day 7 to play anymore. By day 7, I was getting really frustrated with all the cube nonsense at the beginning, but I pushed through anyways. I already had 65% as my record, so I know I could do it. I was still thinking about that 99% click though. If I died there, I'd probably lose my mind. But for the first time ever, I made it through the entire wave from 0, which took me to the 70% ship, which I unfortunately died to pretty quick at 72%, and then 73% not long after. Well, new best by 1%. Yo, that was literally the attempt after, holy crap. But hey, at least I was getting more consistent. I practiced the final robot and cube part a lot, so I was really just hoping that I wouldn't die anywhere past 80%, especially you, 99%. Please spare me. And then, this happened. Oh my god, I literally clicked a little bit too late. Whatever. My mistake. Whatever. Please. Yes! We didn't die at 99%. Oh my gosh. Heartbeat complete. Heartbeat complete with 3 coins. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to beat this level for a very long time. I've always thought it was a really cool level, so I'm happy that finally, like, I'm able to beat one of my favorite levels. So it's a good feeling. I've always loved this level. The gameplay is very Carmal, but overall, that was enjoyable, except the first 20% of the level, but everything beyond that was very fun. But yeah, wow, we beat Heartbeat. Hype. I wasn't really sure about what Extreme Demon I should play next, so I decided to leave it to Democracy.
I love democracy.
To my surprise, Accu won. Accu is known for being the best starter Extreme Demon in the game, due to it being one of the only low-end Extreme Demons that are actually balanced. But I never actually played it, and apparently a majority of my chat wanted to see it happen, so here we go. Since Accu is actually balanced, there's not really any notable choke points I can talk about, or any triumphs I had to overcome, but I did learn one very interesting thing about Geometry Dash, and it's the concept of skill-based levels versus learny levels. 2 categories I feel like all Extreme Demons can fit into. Skill-based levels often include things like straight fly, tight timings, and wave spam, skills you can build up and keep with you as you pursue new levels. Meanwhile, a learny level is a level that nobody could really sight read. You're forced to practice all the individual timings and learn how the level works just like everybody else. A good example of a skill-based Extreme Demon is honestly Red World, a demon I beat just a few days ago. This level is mostly just straight fly, some swing copter challenges, and yeah, that's pretty much it actually. I've practiced straight fly a lot before, so it was a skill I already built up before starting Red World, which allowed me to make fast progress in the level since the only thing I really had to learn was the swing copter custom game mode. Whereas with Accu, it doesn't matter what skills you've already built up, you still have to learn all of the orb timings, speed changes, and the fast game mode switches that are unique to this level and this level only. This is the best analogy I can come up with. Learning levels like Accu are like a test at school. You spend time memorizing all of the stuff you need to know, complete the test, and then move on with your life. A lot of times you end up not even using the stuff you memorized. Skill-based levels like Red World are like sports. You can keep using all of those skills you've developed through training and keep it with you as you play other things, whether you're a basketball player, a soccer player, or in our case, a Geometry Dash Extreme Demon grinder. Hopefully that all made sense and I wasn't yapping for nothing. As it would turn out for Accu, I spent about 1.5 hours straight just trying to learn all of the gameplay, barely getting any decent runs aside from a nice 63 to 100% run. Then after I spent all that time learning how to play every part, I finally decided to start playing from zero. Alright chat, should we play from zero? I'm not like an expert at the level yet, but I think we should just see what happens, you know? And only 30 minutes later, I already got 66% from zero. 66! 66%! We're doing good, man. We're doing good. Let's keep it up. Now that I've actually played Accu myself, I can finally see why it's such a perfect level to go for as your first Extreme Demon. Levels like Red World and Cataclysm are very easy Extreme Demons, but they require you to already know skills like straight fly and tight wave gameplay, skills you have to practice for a long time to get good at, like a sport. That's why those 2 levels are really hard for new players. Meanwhile, Accu is a level anybody can beat if they're just willing to memorize all of the orb timing and quirks in the gameplay. On day 9, I got a new best of 76% after just 20 minutes of streaming. What? I clicked. I literally clicked, bro. I clicked. Alright, 76%. 76%. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then I died there an extra 2 times for whatever reason. 76 again? Why? I honestly don't know why that happened because it's not like 76% is some crazy choke point or anything like that. It's literally just like some orbs. But then 1 hour into the stream, I finally got a stroke of luck and passed that evil 76% part where you just have to jump and click an orb. Woo! We beat AQ. We beat AQ, and I did not die at 85% somehow. I'm amazed by that. I am amazed by that. I beat AQ. That was, wow. That is a great level. That is just an amazing level. Like, for anybody thinking to do this for their first Extreme Demon, which I know a lot of you are, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Once again, I left it to decide what Extreme Demon I should play next, and in a landslide victory, Dark Odyssey won. I've always loved watching videos of this level because it just progresses so naturally and has so much variety, while still maintaining that recognizable style created by none other than Jonathan GD. Now, Jonathan GD is known for making some of the longest levels in Geometry Dash. His shortest demons start at 3 minutes long, which is already insane, then go on to 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and even 6 minutes long in the case of Dark Odyssey. I had no idea what I was about to get myself into, but ignorance is bliss, and I was happy to get started at least. The first half of this level is honestly super chill. It begins with a calm, nature-filled introduction, moves on to a cool robot part, a randomized factory section, a glitchy ship part, and then you reach 50%, where an entire level's worth of asymmetrical duel gameplay randomly shows up. Putting something this hard at the exact halfway point in a 6 minute long level is nasty work. You have to get through 3 minutes of gameplay just to get here, and if you do get lucky enough to pass it, you still have to lock in for another 3 minutes. Oh, and let me not forget to mention, there is another asymmetrical duel at 75%, and this one's even harder. Then after that asymmetrical duel, you still have to lock in on an 11-second long straight fly section. Yeah, again, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. The beginning is easy enough to where I was actually able to get through half the level after about 3 hours of grinding. I immediately died in the duel, of course, but hey, at least I got there. 53, I'll take it. That was my goal. I wanted to get halfway through the level. On day 11, I got a new best of 59%, once again dying in that asymmetrical duel. 59, I'll take it. I'll take it. Good enough. I also decided to put a bigger emphasis on practicing the second half of the level. That way I could hopefully prevent myself from dying at like 80% and wasting 5 minutes of my life. I managed to get a decent run of 63 to 100%, which starts immediately after the big asymmetrical duel and then carries you to the end of the level. I felt like I was making progress pretty slow because it's been 2 days and I didn't even get the level down to 2 runs yet, but I guess I should have expected that with a 6 minute long level, especially one with an asymmetrical duel choke point midway through. Thankfully on day 12 I improved both of those runs, scoring a 63% record from 0 and then later a 52 to 100% run. Okay. 50 to 100, thank God. I was really disappointed about that 63% death because I finally got through the insane asymmetrical duel in the middle of the level, just to die immediately after. I was hoping to pass that duel again today, but unfortunately it just didn't seem like it was gonna happen. We now find ourselves at day 13, my 4th day in a row of playing Dark Odyssey, and at this point I was starting to get really frustrated. It had already set in that I made a mistake picking up an extra long level to play during a challenge where the whole purpose is to beat as many extreme demons as fast as possible, but I was already in too deep to quit now. It felt like I was spending an eternity on this level because I was already 4 streams deep and still could barely do that evil asymmetrical duel in the middle of the level. But for once, I actually got lucky. I may or may not have fluked the level from 63%. I haven't quit already. I want to quit. I want to end the stream. I want to end the stream. I want to end the stream. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to.